PAHO trains in chronic disease management, and the Health Ministry is ready for primary health care growth. Thank you for joining us on National Focus. I'm Jarna Hector.
And I'm Kimani. Stay with us for details of these and other stories after this.
Think water, think life. Water refreshes, restores, cleans, and enhances growth. Potable water is a benchmark for development. DOWASCO is serious about its mandate to ensure easy access to potable water island-wide and provide sewage services for a cleaner environment. DOWASCO is your water and sewage company.
Thank you for staying with us. The Pan American Health Organization has joined forces with the Ministry of Health to conduct a 2-day Master Trainers Workshop on chronic disease self-management. The workshop is geared towards training individuals in the treatment of non-communicable diseases, as well as to empower persons living with these diseases to live healthy lifestyles. PAHO Non-Communicable Diseases Advisor Dr. Tomo Kanda gave some statistics.
Every year, non-communicable diseases, namely cardiovascular disease, diabetes, chronic respiratory disease, cancer, are responsible for 3 of every 4 deaths in the Americas. In the Caribbean, NCDs caused over 30,000 deaths in 2010, representing 77% of deaths in the sub-region. 77% dying because of NCD. Additionally, 40% of NCD deaths in the region occur prematurely, meaning people are dying before age of 70. 30, 69 years because of this preventable NCD. This is a reality. The cost of NCD extends beyond premature deaths and include preventable suffering, disability, as well as losses in productivity and economic burdens.
Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Health, Helen Royer, believes that a regional approach is needed to curb NCDs. This workshop, she says, signals that with the joint efforts of Caribbean countries, the goal to control NCDs will be met.
This signals the need for a regional approach and the need to stick and work together. As we know, no one country has it all. Scarce resources remain an issue. Today, our focus on NCDs, the leading threat to human health and development. We have 4 main CNCDs, especially cardiovascular disease, diabetes, cancer, and chronic respiratory diseases, and they are by far the leading causes of mortality in the world. They're responsible for 35 million deaths a year, 28 million of which occur in low and middle income countries. That's most of the Caribbean countries.
The Pan American Health Organization has provided training in most of the Eastern Caribbean countries, with 19 having graduated as master trainers. The slogan for this training is "A better life begins with me, my life, my health, self-empowerment."
The Ministry of Health is all set to realize success in the execution of its duties in this new fiscal year. Honorable Health Minister Dr. Kenneth Daru says he is heartened by the investments in primary health care nationwide, specifically in health centers.
I remember, Madam Speaker, recently having a meeting with the regional director. It's called Dr. Sheb of PAHO, and where he pointed this out to me, Madam Speaker, this is an outstanding feat. And as I said, while much has been said about, and of course it's debatable as to whether the same commitment and dedication exists in primary health care as existed before. But if you take primary health care out of the equation, Madam Speaker, okay, our healthcare service, Madam Speaker, is going to be in shambles. Because the primary health care still provides an avenue, Madam Speaker, a physical avenue where we manage a lot of these chronic non-communicable diseases, Madam Speaker. Health education, and at the type 3 health facilities. First call, Madam Speaker, in times of emergencies, where sometimes patients are stabilized, Madam Speaker, before being sent on to the Princess Margaret Hospital.
In this financial year, he says the Roseau Health Center is up for some attention.
The Roseau Health Center works to improve conditions at the Roseau Health Center are still ongoing. The center had some upgrading during this year and will continue in this new financial year. Roof repairs and security walls. So far, $154,000 have been spent, Madam Speaker, during these works. Paving up the yard also. The Bagatelle Health Center, Madam Speaker. Major renovation works to the tune of almost $200,000 to include fencing and electrical and plumbing and other works done at this health facility.
Additionally, an initiative of the Pan American Health Organization with funding from the United Kingdom should kick off this year. 3 smart health facilities will be the result of this collaboration. The health centers in Roseau, Grand Bay and Margot have been selected to be transformed into environmentally efficient facilities. This is a 5-year project. Honorable Dr. Daru says while his ministry is all set to deliver improved health services, healthcare providers must recommit themselves to the cause.
What we need is a renewed sense of commitment. We need people to start taking it up seriously. We need a love for fellow human, Madam Speaker, and for people to put their all of fear this work for fear this way. And I think if this can be done, Madam Speaker, with the continued investment that the government is making in health, Madam Speaker, we will see Dominica, primary health care and the health service in general, Madam Speaker, really take it to a new level. And of course, we've shown our commitment. We're right now going to invest in this new national hospital. We've set up the art equipment, Madam Speaker, modern equipment. We're doing the necessary training. So what we need, Madam Speaker, is the commitment from the healthcare providers, Madam Speaker.
In more news, government has had fruitful discussions with an investor interested in bottling and exporting Dominica's water. A team visited the island last week to determine the possibility of moving ahead with such an investment. GIS News spoke with Acting Prime Minister Dr. John Colin McIntyre on Wednesday. Honorable McIntyre, who is also the Minister for Planning, Investments and Economic Development, says the meetings were highly successful and the investors are pleased with their findings.
I think it was a very good exercise, and we look forward to meeting them. They did leave on I think Tuesday or Wednesday, Tuesday night. I think they did leave country, and the aim is to get back to their base, look at putting everything in place in terms of the findings from their visit, so they can instruct the investor, and then we can look at really building the project and applying formally and getting this project started in Dominica.
On a visit to the various sites with Dominica Water and Sewage Company DOWASCO, the team, faced with the choice of purified or spring water, has decided to market Dominica's spring water. The team is interested in using Dominica's water resource to provide the options of flat and sparkling water to the market. The team is also considering the purchase of a vessel to facilitate exports and a bottle manufacturing plant as part of the project. Now that the Nature Island has impressed the investors, the next step is for the team to develop the project based on their findings. The environmental impact of the project will also be taken into consideration.
We have to make sure that everything that we do according to the development of this project is not in violation of our laws in Dominica. We'll provide necessary incentives, but we want to make sure that the country is a win-win situation. Our aim in Dominica is to make sure that we market Dominica and not keep Dominica just how it is. But we don't want to, and let's make sure we understand this term. Yes, we want to keep Dominica lovely, beautiful, environmentally friendly, and just lush. But we want to also benefit from the natural resource we have, which is what's bleeding off from the land, which is our water. So we're not seeing hurdles, but we want to make sure that the necessary environmental impact assessments are done, where it's not going to impact in terms of your, well, I wouldn't say surface run of water because this is spring water, but you want to make sure that anything that's done here in terms of a footprint in any way of Dominica, not necessarily in that area only, that there's no impact to the environment.
The Acting Prime Minister says the project is expected to begin taking shape as soon as early 2017. You're watching National Focus. More when we return.
Introducing the Government of Dominica Internal Directory mobile app, available for download from the Google Play Store, One Mobile Market, and the Government of Dominica's website. Access to all ministries and sub-departments' phone, email and office addresses and websites. Simply select a ministry and the sub-department. You can dial directly from the app or save the numbers to your phone contacts. It's convenience at your fingertips.
Is my passport ready for pickup? Good. It really works.
Download the Government of Dominica Internal Directory mobile app today.
Welcome back. The Honorable Tourism Minister, Senator Robert Tong, has revealed that numerous interventions have been made in the tourism industry in the past financial year to influence better outcomes in this period. He referenced the cruise industry report conducted by the Business Research and Economic Advisors, BREA. In it, Dominica's cruise tourism product was not as highly rated as anticipated. Honorable Tong says steps have been taken to improve those scores.
We're all aware of by now, we're all aware of the BREA report. And the BREA report basically highlighted many areas that we were weak on. We've had many consultations with all the stakeholders, because obviously what needs to be done cannot be agreed upon in one day or 1 week. And we all know that the people on the ground are normally the ones with the best possible answers. So we've done a lot of work, and coming out of that, we have a suite of interventions that will allow us to do a lot better. Take, for example, in terms of friendliness, Dominica is maybe ranked 28 out of 34. But we all know that Dominicans are the most friendly people in Dominica. But what happens when the visitor comes off the cruise ship, he sees persons quarreling, and that makes them upset. We have one great score. Our organized tours, we are ranked 8 out of 34. Why? Because you have the tour guides on there who do an excellent job and shuttle the people through, give them great potential service. So if we can ensure that all our tours have tour guides on board, we can automatically increase our scores.
He adds that those changes will come, and unfortunately, service providers who cannot conform will be left behind for the sake of the industry. A cruise policy to govern the sector is also on the agenda. $276,000 was put into the cruise subsector last year, and for this financial period, $319,000 have been pledged. Meantime, yacht tourism is fast becoming a big thing for the island.
They spend a lot more money in Dominica or in any particular country. They also stay for much longer period of time. And they spend more money because, again, they spend more time, they do more tours, they need more services such as repairs, food, water, and many other things. We are consistently working to improve the yachting sector. Last year we supported the PAHO group in Portsmouth to ensure that we could have more moorings so that when the yachties come to Dominica, they can actually go there.
Government has invested at least $200,000 for moorings in an effort to entice even more yachties to come ashore.
In this year's budget, out of the $2.2 million that the Prime Minister spoke about, $200,000 will go towards this particular project to increase the number of moorings in Portsmouth, in Scotshead, and also in Soufriere. But specifically in Soufriere and Scotshead, it has to be done within the zoning areas that were identified for that. Because obviously we can't go throwing down, have persons throwing anchors or putting the moorings in areas that could damage coral. So it will be in the zoned areas. We also support PAHO out of Portsmouth, because when you have visitors coming to Dominica, you want to ensure that they're safe and secure. So the Ministry of Tourism has provided a jetty, a 96-foot jetty.
Tourism Minister Tong also adds that a new marketing manager is joining the team.
We've actually gone through the process to advertise for a marketing manager. We didn't just advertise in Dominica and the Caribbean, we advertised throughout the world. We actually got 96 applicants. We've been able to bring that down to 20, and right now we have 3, and we're going through the final processes, and I hope that within the next 30 days we'll have a new destination marketing manager, again to make sure that we are spending the money wisely and getting the best return for investment.
Kimani, the Honorable Finance Minister in his budget statement outlined that agriculture and tourism were the two industries, the two sectors that would get the most investment in this financial year. Yeah. And we know why. These are our two pillar industries, yes, sectors. We know of what government is doing in agriculture. Tourism, yes, a bit. one of the most widely discussed investments in tourism for this financial year is a special loan facility at the Aid Bank.
Yes, yes, and I remember I was at the signing ceremony for that special loan facility, $15 million for hoteliers and small restaurant owners to help them to upgrade their facilities so that when they present themselves to visitors, they can, give that standard that visitors can enjoy, and the Prime Minister was saying it's not really often that persons who are getting loans get to determine, the terms of the loans. Yeah. And also another important point is that, the government did not just decide to have that special loan arrangement. They actually met, with the hoteliers and small restaurant owners, consulted with them and found out from them, what do you need, how can we help you, provide better service to those visitors who come to Dominica, and that's the plan that they came up with, the special loan facility. So I believe with this, if it's properly used, if it's used for the intention for which it was given,
and that's important.
That's important. It can really, create a huge impact in the service industry.
Right. In cruise tourism, the Honorable Tourism Minister mentioned that several steps are being taken to tighten up our cruise product, which is already pretty good, I think, but we can take it some steps further. And this is why the BRIA report, which had such an impact on us, is being followed very closely. The recommendations are being taken seriously, and the Honorable Tourism Minister mentioned that a step-by-step approach is going to be taken to the recommendations. Yeah. Also, there's the issue of air access.
Yes.
And an air access committee has been formed to deal specifically with enticing airlines to come to Dominica, because we need those visitors, Kimani.
We do, we definitely do. If we're going to have to grow the industry like we really want to, we need visitors to come, because when we improve our services and when we increase the rooms, we need visitors to come. So air access really is very important.
So what we're going to see in this financial year is that tourism being everybody's business.
Everybody's business.
Is a real thing.
Yes, it is, definitely.
So you know what that means for you, Kimani?
Yes, and what it means for you too, Jarna.
What it means for us is that when you walk on the street and you see a visitor, you get the opportunity, you should say, good morning, welcome to Dominica, how are you enjoying your stay?
Yes.
And make small talk and give somebody a really pleasant experience, because it's part of your livelihood as well, no matter what job you're in,
Definitely. It's everybody's business, so we have to play our part.
Agreed. Great. And that's all for the English news. McPherson St. Luce brings the Creole highlights next.
Alors tout le monde, bienvenue à ce nouvel créole, non moi c'est McPherson St. Luce. Premièrement, Dominica Chimé bénéficie d'un investissement compagnie étranger qui a gardé une possibilité en projet de l'eau minérale à ce marché pays. Premier ministre Honorable Dr. Roosevelt Skerritt fait parole qui en délégation qui expecté un pays là pour une discussion pour ça. Quand même, ministre management de l'eau Honorable Reginald Ostring confirmé que la délégation est actuellement en pays pour une discussion. Délégation là joint et puis compagnie de Wasco. Mon qui a une position comme Premier ministre Honorable Dr. John Colin McIntyre et puis ministre management de l'eau Honorable Reginald Ostring. En la nouvelle, le gouvernement Dominica travaille met résident constituency Coli Home qui est affecté par Erika et puis Kai. Si le ministre Kai, Honorable Reginald Ostring, l'occasion platement pied identifié pour le projet Salah.
Et vers l'Union, l'autre 5 pour y faire. Et aussi, Petro Kassa, nous avons mis 6 Petro Kassa là. Comme ça, nous avons dit c'est pour octobre, le projet Salah qui est complète. Et nous avons mis 6, 3, 6, on a 12 familles. Nous avons mis encore, nous aussi, nous avons tel pour nous vendre, pour mon collio qui veut gagner pour sortir du blanc, collio, bioche, une priorité. Comme ça, nous avons dit pour octobre, comme ça, nous avons ça mettre mon hors de région Salah, en ces cas là.
En même temps, ça fait 100% payé de l'eau potable aussi à ces cadres pour le gouvernement.
Eh bien, l'Erika passé, nous avons 95%. Tout Dominique est couvert, tenir accès pour l'eau. Mais comme ça, l'Erika est venu y damager un lot système de l'eau, en Bells, en Penrice, en Sylvania, en Coliho même, Bios, un lot système nous est dommagé en tant qu'Erika, comme ça, ça mettait nous dehors. Mais à présent, nous avons l'argent là, et tout de suite nous allons commencer pour nous ça à manger ce système glos là et là nous finissons manger ce système glos là nous nous déjà arrivé à Millennium Goal là il y a 100% monde Dominique qui a accès pour glos pour boire et pour servir en casio.
À la nouvelle compagnie de Wasco lancé tagline pour préservation de l'eau. Parole sans la sortie officier relations publiques compagnie là, M. Edward Regis.
Nous lançons ça nous qui un tagline anglais qui a dit Wasco, our water, our treasure, our life. Avec ça, ça veut dire nous voulons apprécier l'eau qui est en Dominique. Parce que autant nous avons dit nous plein de l'eau. Nous avons autant de l'eau avec nous pas apprécier qu'on nous supposé apprécier. Et nous tout on la terre qui était voudoué yo teni glo à nous avec glo nous même qu'à goûter tellement bien ni moun yo ni glo mais là où goûter glo ou pas les boire sa pièce parce que la glo a même qu'à sortir pas dans bon place mais nous ni glo qui bien fouet avec glo qui tout le monde qui jouit avec nous pour faire certain que nous préserver ça pour génération à présent avec génération qui va venir ça bien important autant là nous qu'a faire autant bitin et nous pas considérer qui nous a affecté nous comme ça nous mener tagline ça qu'a dit Wasco our water c'est glow nous tout dominicain our treasure nous ni pour faire certain qui gloire même c'est qu'on diamant son but nous apprécier vous comprenez nous pour apprécier avec glow même c'est la vie our life glow c'est la vie si vous pas ni glow toute la vie qui est venue au bout comme ça nous les monde comprendre ça dans en bonne manière avec nous toutes ni pour faire un pas pour nous ça apprécier glow jeune convié ni pour faire PAHO pour faire cette qui nous toujours ni glow en Dominique même si nous tout passé mais ça qui a venu derrière qui toujours ni glow pour yo ça apprécier parce que si nous pas ni glow la terre tout bagaille fini.
Et puis finalement ministre Public Works honorable Senator Miriam Blanchard a formulé plan pour ministre là. Selon ministre Blanchard, un projet chimé en SPA à ce cadre pour en pétant à présent et puis travail à ce projet salaire qui prend place l'année financière salam et puis support disaster vulnerability project projet salaire c'est chimé bois d'air pour casser bros qui a passé territoire Kalinago projet bois d'air sur SPA qui aussi tapé attention et puis support European Union. Honorable Blanchard aussi annoncé que le gouvernement qui conduit assessment d'autres chimés pour taper attention projet chimé Wharton Waven Cop Hall qui a aussi tapé attention à valer $2.7 millions. D'autres chimés en Rose Valley, Lacoudoué et puis Loda qui bâtit. Travail à ce projet là pour York Valley qui a aussi pour place qui bien avancé. Messieurs et mesdames, ça c'est tout pour nouvelles en créole pour à présent. Non, moi c'est McPherson Luce. Au revoir.
Before we leave, a few announcements. The Embassy of the Government of Mexico is advising of a call for scholarships and scholarships for special programs for 2017 in the following areas: specialization, postgraduate studies, doctorate degree, graduate research, postdoctoral research, and research degrees. Interested persons may visit our website's announcement page, news.gov.dm.
Tourism taxi service providers are advised that decal stickers are now available, so please ensure that vehicles are inspected at the traffic department. Decals will be issued only on Tuesdays and Thursdays between the hours of 8:30 a.m. and 12:30 p.m. Additionally, ensure updated copies of vehicle license, driver's license, and insurance, along with $20, are submitted to the Discover Dominica Authority. Also, a mechanical check must now be completed by a professional mechanic and presented to the DDA. Forms are available at the DDA's office. Tourism taxi service providers are also informed that new contracts have been prepared for signature upon renewal of identification cards or vehicle certification. The DDA encourages taxi operators and drivers to finalize the certification process to ensure a smooth flow of operations for the start of the 2016-2017 season. For additional information, please contact the Discover Dominic Authority at 448-2045.
Get rid of little skin blemishes by putting a dab of honey over the area and covering it with a band-aid overnight.
Honey kills bacteria, keeps skin sterile, and speeds up the healing process.
And that's all for this edition of National Focus. We always welcome your suggestions and comments. Drop us an email at gis@dominica.gov.dm or visit our website news.gov.dm. Like our Facebook page, facebook.com/GIS News Dominica, and follow our Twitter at GIS Dominica.
You can also catch up on past National Focus newscasts on our GIS Dominica YouTube channel. Live streaming is now available also on our YouTube channel 24 hours a day. From all of us here on the GIS News production team, I'm Kimani
and I'm Jarna Hector. Thank you for watching and join us again next time on National Focus.